What's happening, y'all? It's your man Flex back at it again with another dope video for y'all. I may do these driving car videos. Of course, I'm not gonna be looking at y'all because I'm driving. But listen, y'all, here's the thing. You know, body game is always going to be a turn on to women. It's always going to be sexy to women, whether people try to detract in the comments or other YouTube creators talk about, no, it's the face, no, it's the height, it's the money, it's the status, all of this and that, so on and so forth. No matter how many people try to debunk it, body game is always going to be universally sexy to women, a turn on to women. No matter what anybody say about it, no matter what people got problems with it and issues with it, right? This is probably going to be another quick one. You know, maybe or maybe not, I don't know. I'm on the way to the gym myself as we talking about body game. But, you know, before we get into it, make sure to click that subscribe button below. That way you know when I post new content for y'all. Like I said, I'm going to be consistent with y'all, and I have kept my word and my promises to that. And I love talking to y'all. I love trying to help encourage y'all and, you know, give y'all awareness of things that maybe you didn't know as we continue to grow together on this channel and on this journey of growth and development and enlightenment. But let's get into it. Body game is always going to, like I said, be a turn on to women and sexy to women simply because of the fact that it's in a woman's nature to just get turned on by a body that they deem as sexy and attractive. Even the most feminist of feminist women, even they catch the ASP Holy Ghost, which I think came from cousin T-Tar and or Ron Wills. I'm not 100% sure, but the Holy Ghost, they catch it in their spirit. They catch it in their spirit when they see an attractive dude that's got a dope body. They can't help but get turned on. Being somebody that has been in the male exotic dancing arena as a male dancer and still do it, I can honestly say that I've had women that come to my shows, right? I've had women that would tell me, you know what? This is my first time ever coming to, and I know the camera probably moving around a lot. Y'all bear with me. Just listen to what I'm saying. I don't know what this look like right now because I ain't looking at it. But anyways, I've had women talk to me and tell me after the show, and I don't even think I'm the best dancer. I just don't, I'm okay, I just try to be, I just go off the vibe and the energy of women, you know what I'm saying? And I like a sensual type of energy that I try to portray, right? And it's acting in a way. But they would say, I don't normally come to this stuff. I don't normally do, come to male exotic dance shows, but this was amazing. Like, this is my first time ever coming to one of these, and I must say I'm impressed. I'm gonna come to these more often. I'm glad that I gave it a try. You know what I'm saying? Like, just touching all over my body and like they ain't like treating me like I'm a piece of meat and treating other dancers, like they're pieces of meat. And these are women that don't normally, they get the ick. They're like, normally, I don't care to see men dancing around like that. That's what they say. They're like, this, I personally think that this is like kind of, normally be corny, but I'm glad I came to this one. You've pretty much changed my perspective of male exotic dance shows, right? And that's because y'all, the man's body, it's a primal thing. It's a sense of masculinity. They see it as a sense of masculinity. They look like a very strong, masculine man. And y'all, here's the thing. If like I said, the most feminist of women that don't care about praising the man, this and that, if that woman, as feminist as that woman is, and there's nothing wrong with that either, I should say, right? But as feminist as that woman is, the moment she see a body that she like, that's to her liking, that make her coochie wet, you know what I'm saying? Make it vibrate and tingle. The moment she see that type of dude, she gon' be going with him. She gonna be choosing him. She gonna be going, or at least that's gonna get him in the door, you know, because hell, you know, he could be a shitty ass person and she get turned off instantly. That's how women are a lot of times. But when it's not one specific type of body. It's not one specific type of body that women are attracted to. Like women, or it's not universally one type of body. Women are more subjective in their liking or in what they deem as attractive on a man and about a man and you know, about a man rather, I should say. They're more subjective than men are of what's attractive about a woman, right? It's like, for men, it's like 1 to 2 to 3 different body types objectively that's going to be universally attractive to men about a woman's body, right? Women are very different. It could be about 10, 20, 30 different types of body types that women find attractive. Women are they're very detail oriented too. So the things that they like, it ain't like every woman don't like Chris Hemsworth. Every woman don't like Michael B. Jordan's body. Every woman don't like who else? Dwayne The Rock Johnson's body. Every woman don't like, you know, like it's women are very subjective and they're very specific with their criteria. But if you fit their body type that they are into and turned on by, best believe all you got to do is approach her. All you got to do is approach her. If a woman find your body very attractive, and again, like I said, it's different kinds of body types with women. Women are a lot more subjective in what they deem as attractive with a man's body than men are with a woman's body of what they find attractive in a woman. That's just how women are. Women have different types of archetypes that they like. That's why you got different groups of women that like different types of men, as I said. You know, that's why you got different tribes of what women like, in a sense, right? So, a body game is always going to be, a sexy body is always going to be attractive to women, whether y'all like it or not. And a lot of times men, and I've said this a lot of times men don't want to do the work in the gym. They don't want to do the work, and they want to use excuses as to why they're not getting women. They want to use easy, convenient excuses, like such as women want men with money, status, and only a select few of men get that and have that, and I don't have it. So that's why I'm not getting women. I'm short. That's why I'm not getting women. I'm ugly in the face. That's why I'm not getting women. They want the face. Those are easy things because those are things that you cannot control. And a lot of men like to sit there and complain about things that they can't control instead of working on the things that they can control. I've said this many times before, right? But, you know, people gon' people, and men, sometimes certain men and women are the same way. You try to tell them something and they don't want to listen to you. They think that, you know, you're being unrealistic and not being sensitive or whatever. I'm very sensitive to people and things about people that they can't control. But if you can control it, I'm not going to be sensitive to you about it. Men, it's time to take leadership. It's time to take leadership, to step in your leadership, to step into that, right? Get offline and stop complaining about women and talking shit about women. Be the man. Instead of wanting change, be the change. Make women have to do a double take and be like, oh shit, is that old dude that used to look like, damn. Go on hibernation mode. A lot of y'all need to get offline, off the internet, go on hibernation mode and put in the work. Come back on the scene. You know what I mean? Like you ain't never left. And show motherfuckers who's boss. And even if you're not an internet person, just do that for your life, in your personal life, at your job. You know, you come in and everybody like, damn, you can put in that work. I don't care what nobody say. It's human nature to want affirmation. It just is. It's human nature to want affirmation and want people to say how good you look and the work that you've been putting in. Right. And I say, I always, and I use the reference of the fact that women like different kinds of bodies because genetically everybody has their own threshold genetically. Like everybody ain't gonna have the same physique. Everybody has certain genetic dispositions, meaning that you're probably gonna reach a threshold in this muscle group area that other people can kind of continue to go past, right? Genetically. You know what I'm saying? You may be on the bigger side, but you're stronger than a lot of people. So then you probably want to get a build that's on the brolicky side or the brawnier side, right? Burlier, whatever. I think that might be the term to use. But you still got muscle. You still looking swole. You still look big, and you still losing some body fat. And you do the best you can with that, because again, some people have a genetic disposition that is harder for them to lose fat. One of my first videos I've done, check it out. I can't remember which one it is, but I was talking about different women like different body types, right? There's different types of body types that are sexy and attractive to women. You got the ectomorph, the smaller frame ectomorph, the mesomorph, which is in between. They are kind of like they can gain, they're not skinny, frail, like they can gain muscle and mass, but they can also lose fat at the same time. So they're in the middle. That's a mesomorph. Then the endomorph is the bulkier type. That is the hard loser. They can it's hard for them to lose weight and cut, but they can gain mass. And a lot of times these are strong, kind of like the strong man people of the world, power lifters, those guys, some football players, those guys those are strong diesel guys, right? It's not hard for them to gain muscle mass. So everybody got a different body type. I always say, find somebody, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's a gym influencer, whether it's whatever, I don't know. Whoever, if it could just be a guy who does YouTube and you follow him and you like, I feel like I can get my body like that. Use that as a trademark or like a blueprint, or use that as motivation, a template. That's the word I'm looking for. Use it as a template to follow, right? So that way you kind of can compare and see, okay, and give yourself realistic goals. Like that's why when I used to be a trainer, I would tell people like, well, it depends on what your genetics are, because that's a real thing. I'm not going to say that you can look like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sell you false dreams and false hope and have you thinking and then that, it don't happen. You got to do the best you can and find a baseline of what is, and then you get that baseline and see if you can go further than that. See if you can continue to break the barrier, right? So body game is always going to be sexy to women, y'all. And that's why. Hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and like it. Shout out to all the new subscribers, the old ones as well, that have kept this channel growing day in and day out, daily. Thank y'all so much. I hope this video helps somebody, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Flex Files. It's your man Flex. I'm out. Peace.